Alright, top, mid, and jungle are down. We got 2 left. So let us now begin with the top 5 total dick support champions in League of Legends. So this list was a little more challenging because it feels like almost any champion can play support and almost all of them are dicks. A few months ago, Nautilus support would have been the silliest thing ever thought about, and now look where we are. So I tried to pick champions who had a bigger emphasis on the support role in their development and made sure not to overlap any of the other 3 current lists. Which means, Annie, you won't be showing up this time around. So without further ado, I have 4, yes count them, 4 honorable mentions this time around. These honorable mentions are Lulu, Nautilus, Blitzcrank, and Janna. Now I know you're probably asking, well if you got 4 honorable mentions, Bricky, why not just make it a top 10 list? Well 1, it wouldn't work out with the other list since they're already top 5s, and 2, like I said earlier, there's a lot of champions that can be played support, and I just felt wrong not putting these 4 champions, at least giving them a mention in the video. So here they are. Our first honorable mention is Lulu, which I probably would have put on this list, but I think she is a far more annoying mid or top laner that I honestly probably should have put on one of those 2 lists, but it just kind of slipped my mind. Nautilus, because while maybe not the biggest pain in the ass and lame, it is rather annoying having him ult you late game and you know no matter what you're going to do, you're about to get knocked up harder than senior year prom night. Then we have Blitzcrank, because he's fucking Blitzcrank. And finally Janna, because I see you wanted to all-in me, but how about instead of all-inning me, you don't. Alright, you beautiful guys and gals, let us get into the top 5. Number 5, Praise the Sun. Leona and I have a long history together. She was actually the 2nd champion I ever bought in League. I bought Ashe, then saved up 6,300 IP in Season 2 and bought Leona. I took her everywhere. Leona top, Leona mid, Leona support. And I had a blast, but one moment that stood out in my mind was when I was playing maybe Ashe or some low mobility champion, and the enemy had to support Leona and she stomped my ass all up and down that game. And I said to myself, wow, is this what it's like fighting a Leona? Damn, this is really annoying. And I took a break from Leona for a while because I felt too bad playing her. But that little story aside, Leona is a scary, tanky support that can dive harder than any submarine. She outputs tons of damage, tons of CC, and a good frontline to boot. She lacks any major form of utility, but that's not why you play Leona. You play Leona to make the enemy champion stop moving, then die because they can't start moving again. Leona is a prime example of why positioning is so important, as she will capitalize on your poor movements with extreme prejudice. She is a mean bully of a support, which is why she is number 5. Number 4, the Thresh Prince of Bel-Air with 100% lifesteal. Oh boy, do I love me some Thresh. He is up there with my top 10 favorite champions and god is he fun to play. I mentioned in my top 5 Dick Junglers video that I consider Vi as one of Riot's best successes for a champion. Always seemed viable, didn't need too many nerfs, wasn't too ridiculously broken on a release, plus a cool backstory and excellent voice acting. I think Thresh is the same minus the not so broken on release part. Thresh was definitely broken as fuck when he came out. Thresh has everything a support would want, minus some form of sustain or heal. An excellent long-range hook that doubles as a gap closer, the lantern of clutch jungle ganks and amazing AD carry saves, the flay for a little more CC and added damage, and who can forget the box, one of my favorite ultimates in the league. The massive slow that once grabbed, there is no way you are getting out of it unless you blow some summoner spells. Plus with mobility boosts, he becomes very speedy and also rather tanky for a support. And if that wasn't enough, you can get very strong against AD champs and dish out a ton of damage thanks to his Soul Collection passive. Thresh is one of those high skill curve champions. There is a reason we all start shouting Mad Life when a Thresh lands good pulls, and oh man, does it make you want to tear out your hair when the enemy Thresh is on point with his hooks. Which is why I put him at number 4. Number 3, Frank Underwood. The newest champion, Tom Ketchup is a very fun champion to use, but god, fighting him grinds my gears. He combines tankiness, sustain, damage, and utility all in one hungry southern package. First off, tower diving him may be the stupidest decision ever made. It's just dumb in every sense of the word. With his Q, you have some nice range poke as well as a little CC or a lot of CC if you're licking well enough. You have incredible sustain and a crazy ass shield with his E. And while his ult is pretty good for outputting damage because of its passive, I have seen somebody use his ult to actually make a good gank probably once. But you know that I chose to talk about his W last because that is the bread and butter of his kit, and one of the silliest spells as well. Let's eat a minion and spit it out for a ton of damage. Let's eat an ally cannon and run at them at Mach 5 towards the enemy team for the greatest team fight of your life. Let's eat an enemy champion and munch off probably a third of their health. Let's eat an ally Xerath and run him away from danger. Let's eat an ally Xerath and run him towards danger because he was being a dick in champion select. Let us eat fucking everything. It is so aggravating right when you're about to get a kill and he yoinks your kill away from you and runs away with them. Or right when you're about to make some sick plays and he eats you and you just gotta sit there in his belly while the team fight rages around you until he spits you out with half of your health missing. He is incredibly annoying. Maybe not too strong of a champion at the moment, but that's not the point of this video. He is a dick, and he is number 3 on this list. Number 2, Banana Farmer. On a totally unrelated note, remember before Soraka's rework when they first did Earth and Star Call was a half a second cooldown? Those were the good old days. Soraka is the Queen of Nope. That is what I have deemed her as, the Queen of Nope. Oh, you were about to all-in me? Nope, get silenced and rooted. Oh, you were poking me down? Nope, Star Call back some health. Oh, you tried killing my AD carry? Nope, he's at full health again. Oh, you tried killing literally every fucking person on my team regardless of distance? Nope. Sucks, man. Soraka is the cold shower for League of Legends players. It's aggravating as hell just because fighting her feels like you are wasting mana, summoner spells, and ultimates for literally no gain because she can just heal everything back up. It's like right when you're about to get a kill, and then Shen ults the enemy, and then you get an aneurysm because you were so close to getting that kill and now a Shen's there. That is what Soraka is like, except all she has to do is press R and the team gets that glorious heal. She's like a reverse Karthus. And if I recall correctly, that heal increases by a huge amount if you are low on health. Oh Soraka, you are quite an old champion, but you are no less annoying, which is why, Mrs. Queen of Nope, you are number 2.
Yes, that was a banana. No one expects.
John Cena!
Alright, and the number 1 spot goes to Brad. Oh yeah, I know some of you aren't going to be very happy with this choice, but let me do my best to explain. Now, he is a rather recent champion with easily one of the strangest character kits I have ever seen. I feel like Riot just thought up a bunch of cool and crazy shit and mashed it together into easily the most troll champion in the game. So for starters, as a support, he doesn't help your AD carry very much since he's always leaving lane all the time to pick up those damn chimes. He is always gone because chimes to a Bard player is about as important as farm to a Nasus. Then you have all of his other weird moves. Occasionally you get those Meep empowered auto attacks which do a little poke damage and slow them in later in the game, but nothing stellar. Your Q, which is the only damage spell you even have with a stun that lasts really fucking long. Your W, which nobody in the game seems to understand, you need to wait 10 seconds for those things to be amazing. Then your magical journey shit, where you give a middle finger to walls and make the craziest gank pass known to man. And then of course, his ult. The AoE Zhonya's Hourglass that affects literally everybody. Like, these are just such random skills, yet fighting a Bard is just so fucking aggravating. I can't place my finger on it. Maybe because later in the game you are practically perma-slowed or stunned from Meeps in his Q, or maybe perhaps his heal shrine gives you a speed buff making you so hard to catch, or maybe it's those magical journeys that can set up crazy ass plays if you position right, or maybe it's because the amount of times Bard has done more damage to his own team with his ult than the enemy. I don't understand. Maybe it's just because he looks like a massive troll with his design. Regardless, Brad is such a pain in the ass. Everything he does is annoying, and it doesn't matter what kind of champ you are, he has some kind of ability to stop you from having fun. And not having fun is a great reason to put him in number 1.
Brad! 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 You fucking break your face!
Well then, there you are. The top 5 total dick support champions. If you believe a champion should have been on the list that I didn't mention, go ahead and leave a comment on the champion and a reason why. Anyway, get hyped for the final top 5 Dick champion list coming soon to a brickie near you. I'll catch you later.